dig and harry, old, young, poor, rich, male, female, the responsibility to restore Biafra lies on us. And until every single one of us begin to take responsibility, until that, we will continue to draw the hand of clock back. We will not stop coming to Biafra. Nobody can stop it. But you will continue to draw the hand of time back. You will continue to make the time postponed. Something we are supposed to achieve in weeks becomes in months. Things we are supposed to achieve in months become to be years. Things we are supposed to achieve in a year become to come in a decade. Things we will achieve in a decade begin to come in a generation. That is the danger of disunity. That is the danger of leaving your responsibility for somebody else. The Biafra we are talking about is our own nation, a land where every one of us will be represented, a land where every one of us will be protected, a land where we will speak and stand by our word, a land where everybody will be equal treatment to everybody. There will be no sacred cow anywhere. A land where you can aspire to any level. There will be no preferential treatment for anybody. A land where you will see equality, the same equality we have in our custom as Biafran people. Biafran people have it in their custom, more especially the Igbo Biafrans, which I know very well. You cannot lord yourself anybody in Igbo land. You can't lord yourself over people. In Igbo land, people are Republican in nature and they are always ready to express their views. In as much as sometimes those Republican views becomes a problem for us. In most cases, the Republican nature turns against us, but at the same time, it does not stop us from being the best of whom we are. By the time Biafra is created, we can be able to manage our customs and be who we are supposed to be. Nigeria is not for me. Nigeria is not for you. Nigeria is not for anybody, including those who are pretending that it is working for them. It is not working for anybody. Nigeria is not working for anybody. Not working for the Northern, it's not working for the Southwestern, it's not working for the Southeasterners. It's not working for anybody. But just that there are certain group of criminals, certain group of fraudsters, cabals, who feel that it is working for them because they have established themselves in that fraud. And as long as the fraud lasts, they will continue to be relevant. These are the individuals that are holding sway to make sure that the fake unity continue, the fake amalgamation continue. You have them in various tribes. You have them in various religions. You have them in various sections. Every single one of them, they are pursuing one agenda: to keep their fraudulent float of money. Among them, you have the Biafran people. You have Igbos, you have Yoruba, you have other tribes who are involved in this criminality. How are you going to end it? That is the problem. The only way to end it is to end the zoological republic called Nigeria. There is no other way. There is no other way you can end it. The disunity of Nigeria did not start yesterday. And you can't stop it tomorrow. The disunity, the hatred, the destructive diversity did not start yesterday. This thing is foundational. It is foundational. And when the foundation is faulty, there is nothing the right of it. It is a foundational problem. And the only way to sort out a foundational problem is to destroy that foundation and lay a new foundation. Because if you keep that foundation, whatever you build on top of that foundation must fail. It is a must. It must fall. Anything built on a faulty foundation must fall. It is a must. Not may, it must fall. Nigeria is built on a faulty foundation. A foundation of lies, a foundation of law of fraud, a foundation of criminality, a foundation of falsehood. That is where Nigeria was built. It didn't start with people. It started from the British. The British, they were the one that laid the foundation, the faulty foundation, the British themselves. What they had was a company, not a country, for their own selfish interests, for economic interests. And that company, instead of them to leave the company, or just sell their company off and go back to where they come from, they decided to turn that company into a country. And they brought people from different regions, people that doesn't have anything in common, people that do not have any single thing in common, no resemblance whatsoever, and they force them to come together as one by force because they feel they are superior. And the people who are from Nigeria idiotically accepted that nonsense. That is the battle. So many of us accept that madness. So wherever you are, it is high time we begin to think like human beings. Take responsibility and do things that we have to do. Take responsibility and do things that we have to do. Every one of us have to take responsibility. Stop speaking what you do not know. Stop defending what you do not know. Make inquiries with your, apply your common sense before you put defense to some idiotic things that you defend. When I see some certain thing that people defend, I just look at them and laugh. I have chosen the way I make my broadcast to make sure I do not ignite any kind of confusion, or somebody will not say I confuse you, or maybe I don't do that. I speak sense and speak truth. If you are a hater of truth, I'm sorry. Whenever you come meet my program, you will be having headache. Like so many of them that hate unity. Those that hate unity, when you preach unity, they become crazy. Why would you say we should unite? Why would you say we should unite? My platform is not for you. Go and begin to build your hatred, blackmail, and propaganda where you know you can build it. I don't have a problem with you. Go there and build your propaganda and blackmail. My platform is not for you. The platform where I broadcast, I created it myself. I built it myself. I took it to the standard it is. It didn't start today. This is not my first platform. Every platform I operate, I build it myself, and I keep a standard in that platform to speak the truth based on what I know, based on my research. So when you listen to me and you don't understand, I put a link there. You come and make your argument. Put forward the argument. I am open for understanding, argument. We argue, disagree to agree. But for you to be ignorant and claim that you know something, you have something to say, you must not contribute in anything. You mustn't speak when people are speaking. And that is where I can be in an environment for years. You will not hear my voice. I don't speak until when my voice is needed. I might be in the group. You can't hear me speak. You can't hear me utter a word. I'll be watching and looking until when it is necessary. Until when it is necessary. I'm not one of those who you can put in your pocket. You begin to command and control. The same thing that brought us where we are. I'm not part of those. I know why I came to the Biafran struggle, and I know what I'm doing. I know why I'm still there. We don't have any other alternative. I wish we had. The only alternative we have is Biafra. Biafra is the only solution. Is Biafra. There is no other solution anywhere. It's Biafra. And I will continue to speak for Biafra and continue to demand for Biafra, regardless what is involved. And anybody that is genuinely, seriously talking about Biafra, anybody doing anything to bring down Nigerian government, Anybody doing anything to make sure that Nigeria is no more. I don't care who you are. I don't care the angle you come from. I don't care the name you bear. I don't care your religion. I don't care your group. As long as you are standing against this criminal entity called Nigeria, I am with you. Do everything you can do. That is the assignment we have. That is the assignment every Biafran has, to make sure that Nigeria is no more. We don't want to have that name. That name have created a lot of evil. We have suffered enough for that name. We have been persecuted enough for that name. Today, they blackmailed us to the extent today. The hatred in us today, the hatred people have today against Biafra is because of Nigeria. More especially the Igbo Biafrans. The hatred people have against the Igbo Biafra. Some Hausa people have not done anything with the Biafran person. Biafran person has never offended them. They have not done business together, but they just have hatred on a Biafran person. More especially the Igbo person. Once you're an Igbo and they hear this one Biafra, they get angry. There are some people in the southwest, the Yoruba people, that you have never ever been in Biafran land. You never have anything to do with the Biafran person. You have never transacted with an Igbo man, but you hate Igbo. Once you hear Igbo, all your vein will come out. All your vein will come out. The same thing even with some people again, even in our Biafra, in that Biafran land, there are still people who they have poisoned their mind. Nigeria poisoned them. It is Nigeria that will make somebody who speaks Igbo with Igbo surname. He has his first name Igbo, his second name Igbo, his surname Igbo, but he will tell you he's not Igbo. Only in Nigeria. Because of Nigeria. In Nigeria, Ikpere himself, the name itself, Ikpere, is Igbo. The name itself, Ikpere, is Igbo. But still, you will see somebody from Ikpere, that person, Ikpere itself is Igbo. His surname is Igbo. His own name, his own first name is Igbo. His grandfather's name is Igbo. But he will tell you he's not Igbo. We are not forcing you to be Igbo. After all, people take nationality any place they like. People take nationality anywhere they like. There is nothing bad in that. We have some of us Igbos who nationalize in the United States, who nationalize in many countries of the world. Nationalize there, remain there. It's no problem. But where it becomes a problem is when you begin to take it out as a message. Personally, as an individual, if you choose not to be Igbo, nobody's going to force you to be Igbo. It's not by force to be Igbo. It's not by force. Personally, on yourself. But when you begin to drag people into it, begin to preach it as a message, when you know it's a lie, that is where we get the problem. Even me, that is it. If I decide tomorrow that I'm not Igbo, on my own, personally, it is my decision. Nobody can force me to be Igbo. Then that does not mean that my brothers or my family now, I would say they too, they are not Igbo. No, you don't do that. That is where you get it wrong. As an individual, you can choose where you belong, whom you want to be. It is up to you. But because of Nigeria have pushed people to extreme. This is why Nigeria must be destroyed, thrown into dustbin to save life. The confusion you see in Biafra today is because of Nigeria. It is because of Nigeria that Asere Dokubo, an Igbo man, Uzodimma, Asere Dokubo, have taken the contract of taking the life of his own brothers and sisters, and he boasts about it. An Igbo man. Asere Dokubo, an Igbo man, his name is Uzodimma. You see him sometimes, he calls himself Ediabali. He called himself Ediabali. An Igbo man, he'll tell you that he's not Igbo. Because of Nigeria. Because you want to win a contract. Because you want to remain relevant. Because of money. He denied his Igbo-ness. And today he is one of the worst enemy of the Igbos. One of the worst enemies of Igbos. An Igbo man. And this Ascendable, even this Ascendable, there was a time he declared Biafra. He declared Biafra. This person you are seeing, Ascendable, declared Biafra, made himself a de facto president in homeland. But today, he's the one that's in the front line, in charge of security to fight against Biafra. He's the one who have taken more Biafran life than anybody. Even he has surpassed Wike. Initially, it was Wike. Wike was the one that took the highest life of the Igbos in Obibo. When Wike attacked Obibo, destroyed innocent life, took many people to prison and jail. Wike was holding that title. But today, Asere Dokubo have surpassed him. Asere Dokubo have overtaken Wike only in Nigeria. And why they are doing this thing is because the Biafran people, more especially the Igbo Biafrans, they are very peaceful and peace-loving people. We are not violent. We don't take life. We value life more than anything. It's not in our nature to be violent. It is not. Before an Igbo man will become violent, you must have pushed him and pushed him and pushed him and pushed him, and he has no other place to run to. Then he will push back just to stay alive. That has been what the Igbos are doing. Every time they push back to stay alive. Always. Even the Civil War was self-defense. The Civil War was a pushback to stay alive. It was not meant for it. It was just to stay alive. And I promised that this evening I was going to play one video about an eyewitness testimony of the Civil War, the pogrom, what transpired. I promised that I was going to play that very video, and I'm going to try to see if I can get that video up and play it so that we can see what our people went through. What our people went through. That it has never been easy. We have fought. We have done everything we do. Even when they try to provoke us, the Biafran people have provoked. What they have done to Biafran people, you cannot do that to a Fulani and leave the next minute. You cannot do what they did to Biafra, to a Fulani man, and leave the next minute. You cannot. But our own, they will take our life, they will attack us, destroy our property before our own very eyes, and we will still keep silent and be watching them. No other region can tolerate that. No other people can accept that. It is because of the peaceful nature of Biafrans. That is what people have taken advantage, and every time they continue to fight against us. Every time they continue to fight against us. I want us to listen to this eyewitness account of the pogrom during the Civil War. A lot of things happened that people are not talking about. This is going to show you the peaceful nature of the Biafran people. This is to prove to you that Biafran people are not troublemakers. The most peaceful people you can find in that contraption called Nigeria are the Biafrans. And it is because of this peaceful nature that is what other people are taking advantage of every day. Anytime they want to show their anger, it is on Biafra. Anything that happens, Biafran people will be the one to lose their life, lose their property, and nothing happens. No retaliation, no repercussion. Because they know that we don't want to see blood. We don't want to shed blood. We don't want, even our enemies, we value the life of every human being. That is why they have been doing what they're doing. I want you to listen to this eyewitness account of the Civil War, what transpired. Pay attention to what this man had to say. You are going to get a point from it.
My dad was 67 March. So my mom, she goes to Port Harcourt. In 2 years, to then in a Menu Street, number 15 Menu Street. So that night, she did railway station called Port Harcourt. train out, so whoever last year, I might even met man about. So wherefore that first coach, that exit, wherefore a headless man, when you police man, no good room, no police issue. So I can look at now, where teacher can you are now, but I can have about. Whenever I tried to train for 1 hour, actually, boy, 5 years old, you could be a canal, but people now. Also, kind of, what I done when I man, we're only the 2 1 but like I said, what at that point, we only vote to come and now, I've been a coca. One money, I don't know to put out here. If I go, I will come so see about what coca. Never some. Or so well about someone I announce. Or Stasha answer. Said for the guy announcer. Or we come on in English. All I went down said that man. Who have given her like that. And not of that he couldn't guarantee their safety indefinitely. Unfortunately. As a result of which, again, they never free and safe passage back to Ever. I was not going to be back in yes. Free and safe passage to Ever. And I was free. Even down to the house broom, I heard that. Down to Aziza, we get that escort. Down you put on a look at this battalion. Up for what 2 months in advance. In advance. 2 months. That thing alone is just unbearable. Ndani naso, Mandani naso. Come I got one day go on, MNI. The people to women, Kusulina, or Piano, people matter. The same people lead where they can watch women. Open on one to be here. I don't know to say I took in more. All you didn't divide. I don't know why. Device I buy one diamond and for a young me. And that day, just said, oh, God, for the land. Trainers.
Did you hear that testimony? This is an eyewitness account. You can imagine the generosity. You can imagine the generosity. Even when Ojukwu have seen that Biafrans are slaughtered in the north, and they put them in the train to bring to Biafra land, to push it in our face to see what can you do. What kind of provocation will be worse than that? What other provocation will be worse than that? That somebody slaughtered your brother, your sister, your child, and send the cops to you. What other provocation will be more than that? But when Ojukwu saw that, look at somebody, an eyewitness account, he said Ojukwu went to a coal camp in Enugu where they were and promised them and said that he cannot guarantee their safety indefinitely, that he's going to give them a passage back to their place where they come from, the northern part of Nigeria. Not only that, those who are serving in the military, in the army, in Biafra land, he paid them 2 months ahead. He paid them 2 months ahead before they went back. And he told them to carry every of their belongings, including broom, with all the provocation, with all the loss of life, with all the thing that Ojukwu saw. Yet, he never retaliated. He didn't even allow our people to retaliate. He was still ready for peace. But did you hear him? That the same people who he paid salary in advance, The same people that our eternal leader, Dim Odemugoju, paid 2 months' salary in advance. They came back to attack our eternal leader, Dim Odemugoju, to take his life. This is our story during the Civil War. I am trying to tell you whom we are. This is whom we are. But today, they are trying to paint us what we are not. Today, the government of Nigeria is painting us blue, black, what we are not. They are painting us what we are not. Sponsoring different kinds of propaganda and blackmail against us. Every single day, when you wake up, you go to their media. It is either the Igbos did this or they did that. Officials of the government in the open accusing Igbos and insulting them falsely, and nobody's held to account. Nobody's held to account. The federal government of Nigeria sponsoring blackmail and propaganda against us. Even in a time where a confession has come to say that even the Igbo coup, which they base their attack on to destroy innocent life, to take the life of millions of Biafrans, most especially children, that was not an Igbo coup. There was no apology. There was no remorse. Instead, they intensify in their attack against us. Instead, they increase their blackmail. Instead, they increase their propaganda. And they want me to fold our hands and say, all is well. Wherever you are as a Biafran, you must prepare yourself. Nigeria is not for you. Nigeria is not for you. And those of you who are still pretending, thinking that somehow, Nigeria will later become for you, I'm sorry to disappoint you. The earlier you wake up, the better for you. The earlier you wake up, the better for you. If you don't wake up, you might wake up in your grave, because they will never change. And this attack is against everybody from the old Southeastern region. It is not against the Biafrans alone. But somehow, they managed to make some idiots believe that it is just about the Igbos. It is not just about the Igbos. As long as you're from the old Southeastern region, this attack is against you. And the earlier you begin to join your brothers to demand for the end to this zoological republic, the better for you. Nigeria is not meant for anybody. It is not meant for you. The British did not put it in place for you. British did not create Nigeria for you. They created it for themselves, for economic interest. And these accusations you are seeing will never stop. It did not start yesterday. It started even before the amalgamation. The killing didn't start today. It started before the amalgamation. The accusation, false accusation, didn't start yesterday, and it's not going to end. We did nothing. Nothing whatsoever. Go to Lagos State. It is one accusation or the other. And why it is more dangerous is that they have succeeded in being able to capture our own people. They have succeeded in getting our own people involved. Today, they will use a Biafran to attack you as a Biafran. Our own people are the ones that are in the front line today, helping them to push their lies and propaganda. Their own people, our own fellow Biafrans are in the front line, helping them to push it. In Lagos State today, everything we are facing in Lagos today is because of somebody who is a Biafran. And I saw a message that one of our brave sisters sent to him. I think I have to play that message. That message that our sister, a brave journalist, sent to that idiot that called himself, what is he called in Lagos State? Let me see if I can find that message that sister sent to that idiot. This is a man who have lost conscience, a man who has lost dignity, a man who does not even know who he is. I just hope I can be able to find that very message so that I can play it, because that our sister put everything in the right perspectives. She said it exactly the way it is. Unfortunately, okay, let me see. Let's listen to hear what this our sister, the message she has. Let's hear the message of this our sister.